Hello, Elevation Health friends and family. Dr. Dave Yactor here. I have a message for you this morning, which is a little bit different. And I overheard one of my friends talking about a song that they heard, and they thought the words were saying one thing, and it was completely different. And I remember that, I think we've all had that moment where, we think something is meaning one thing and it turns out another. I remember my middle son, Leon, when we were driving down the road and we were listening to a song by the Police called So Lonely. Many of you probably heard that song. It's an oldie but a goodie. And he thought they were saying salami, salami, salami. And really it was so lonely. So we've all had these, times where we think that we're hearing one thing and we're really not. It means something else. And I thought about that, in chiropractic. This is something that I run into every day. People come in and they want help with their neck or their back pain, and they think that chiropractic really just started with treating neck and back pain, and that's not really where it started at all. And then after going through care, they feel better, they get great results, but they learn about the other benefits overall with their health and wellness. A case like this was Veronica. She was a patient many years ago, and she recently came back, and she just wrote this. She said, I contracted COVID in March 2021 and again in January 22. I've had a long haul with COVID with symptoms like shortness of breath, fatigue, panic attacks, heart palpitations, neuropathy, urinary, skin problems, and gastric disorders, she says. After much suffering and not much relief, I decided that I would try Dr. Yactor, who had helped me about 10 years previously with acid reflux. She says it was the right decision because after a month of chiropractic care, for the first time in over a year, I had relief from most of my symptoms. And so she's like, I know I'm on the road to recovery. I'm not perfect, but I trust that I'm going to continue to improve, and I know that it's going to take time. And she was gracious enough to share that with us so that people, again, would realize that that chiropractic works with your nervous system, and your nervous system is what controls all function and all healing. And chiropractic did not start with neck or back pain or car accidents. If you did not know that, what was the first chiropractic adjustment? When was it? And how did it come about? How did the profession of chiropractic start? Maybe you're not aware of this. I have a clip to share with you so that you can.
In 1895, a janitor by the name of Harvey Lillard was cleaning the office of Dr. D.D. Palmer in the Ryan Building in Davenport. Harvey had been partially deaf for 14 years after hurting his neck.
I endeavored to bring a new technique and philosophy of health into an unbelieving world. Perhaps it was new, but perhaps it is as old as time, as old as truth itself. For it was based on a natural law that said something like this: humankind has been endowed with the potential for health. Nature needs no help, just no interference.
Well, D.D. examined Harvey, found a misaligned spinal bone, and adjusted it.
If you interfere with a person's nerve system by misaligning the spine, he will be sick. And if you remove this interference, the person will return to health naturally.
3 days later, Harvey's hearing returned. It would be decades before science had the research tools to verify D.D. Palmer's words. In the meanwhile, his discovery caused excitement among patients who were helped where medicine had failed them.
So when I remember that and I see that video, I kind of get excited. And that's why I wanted to share this with you this morning, because, a tool is only as good as you know what it was designed and created to be used for. That's how you get the best use of this. So if you're under my care, it's vitally important that you understand the purpose of the adjustment. And that is not an application or a treatment for pain or discomfort. That may be a side effect of restoring normal function to the joints and the discs and the alignment of your spine, which is great. And I'm all for that. but nothing is more important than how your body is functioning and how your body is healing. Silly question, but if I was to get you out of pain and then a year from now, God forbid, you were diagnosed, with terminal cancer, I didn't help you get healthy. So of paramount importance is understanding really what health is. And health is described and defined as at or near functioning at 100%. What controls function in your body is your nervous system. When we make an adjustment, we're removing interference to the nervous system, and the intelligence, that power that flows over your nerves, is what's speaking to the cells and rejuvenating, recharging, healing them, replacing those old damaged cells with new healthy cells. So the healing happens through your nervous system. When we're opening up those nerve channels, it is absolutely impossible for your body to not function better and heal better than before you were under chiropractic care. Every chiropractic adjustment releases your potential to be at 100% of what God had created you and intended you to be, and not 1% less. That's the power of a chiropractic adjustment. There's limitless potential for an individual to heal when they are equal with their potential for innate health and wellness. And so that is of paramount importance that you understand what's happening when we make an adjustment. And that's why we're always concerned about keeping you on schedule, making sure that you're not slipping back, that the nerve channels are shutting down, even in the absence of pain. This is something that we're working toward week after week, month after month, year after year. And as time goes on, you get healthier and healthier. And that's why after 5 years, you look back, 10 years, you look back, you can ask any of our patients that have been there for this period of time and longer, that they get sick less often, they have more energy, they go to doctors less, they take less medications. And this is the most important part of the benefits of what chiropractic care has to offer an individual. And this goes exactly along the lines with what the video shows, and where people were so disillusioned with medicine and medical care nearly a century ago, no different than they are today. People are looking for answers. They're hurting, they're sick, they're suffering, and they're looking for answers. And they have no idea that chiropractic actually works with the system in the body that controls all healing, all function. And when somebody like yourself reaches out to them and invites them to a workshop or invites them to our office, you never know how far reaching something you think, say, or do could possibly potentially change and alter their life and save their life drastically in the near future. One of those examples is my patient, Michelle. She's been a patient for 20 years. Invited her friend Marilyn to one of our workshops, our diabetes workshop. This was in November, and Marilyn attended, and she decided to have me do an evaluation on her. Now, at the time, she had vertigo. She didn't really mention too much about any of her other health issues. It was all we can do to stand her up and take an X-ray on her. That's how bad she was, and she literally was hanging on by a thread. And so we took her under care. We started adjusting her. And as the weeks and the months went on, she slowly and steadily improved. And we in the beginning, I couldn't even get her on the table. I had to adjust her in a chair. Finally, she was able to lay face down and get adjusted on the table, adjusting her full spine, and then re-X-raying, seeing improvements on the X-ray. She kept coming to the workshops, and she never gave up. She never quit. And the progress was small. It was incremental, but it was forward moving. And now, after 6 months, she wrote this testimonial. Looking back, she took one thing at the workshop that I said. She took that to heart, and she decided to start exercising every single day. And that really accelerated the results overall with everything. And so she just wrote this. She said, "I've been seeing Dr. Yachter since mid-November. I've had such good results. I want to share them with everybody, how grateful I am." She says, "In the past 6 months, I've lost 23 pounds. I'm off insulin, and I exercise 1 to 2 hours a day." She says, "Dr. Yachter offers a once-a-month free lecture, which covers different health topics, and I wouldn't miss this valuable gift he's given us. I'm there every month," she says. She says, "Some things I've noticed since going to him and under chiropractic care now is improved sleep, better digestion, a calmer mind, clearer thinking, more flexibility, and better posture. And as Dr. Yachter said, I'm no longer hanging on by a thread." No, she is in fact thriving. She's not just surviving, she's thriving, and she's making leaps and bounds. And many, many thanks to Michelle, who just had compassion for her and referred her in and took her by the hand and brought her into our workshop. And because of that, Marilyn was able to have the tools and the hope and the resources and everything necessary to have a life-changing experience. What a blessing that is. And that's an encouragement to me. So I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be part of that. What a blessing. So I want to encourage you, if you know someone, say something. You never know when you plant a seed like that, where it's going to go, how it's going to change somebody's life. You know the truth. You know where health comes from. It doesn't come from the outside in. It comes from the inside out. And people don't know that. People are looking for that. They're looking for an answer. And you could be that answer. And chiropractic could change their life. So I'm asking you to think about who you know, love, and care about, who may need help, who could benefit from this. Make application with this information that you've got. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love and appreciate you. God bless.